Do we really want Britain to be turned into a medieval third world hellhole populated by people whose ideology treats women like dirt? Well, no, me neither. So why is this controversial?
Seen millions of people enter the UK in recent years, and some of them have backward, frankly, medieval attitudes to women. We're talking here about thousands, perhaps tens of thousands of vulnerable young girls being tortured and raped. I will not disguise or sanitise my language simply to ensure that some people are not offended.
Well, there were calls for him to be sacked today for saying that. You know what should be more controversial, in my view? That our safeguarding minister, Jess Phillips, is crying about how tough Elon Musk is making her life, but she hasn't spoken to the Pakistani rape gang victims in Oldham yet.
I haven't spoken to them. I'm very much hoping to do that and arranging that.
Just pick the phone up, can you? Anyway, that's the scandal. No inquiry, not even a phone call. Labour don't actually care, do they?
The Alexis J report with a set of very solid recommendations. So
are people jumping on the far-right bandwagon if they want a national independent inquiry?
I think those people need to explain why we need another review and inquiry.
We've spoken to a victim today who says she was sexually exploited as a teenager in Telford. Is she jumping on the far-right bandwagon? I
think that the J review was very clear that they will put institutions in place, child protection.
It's just sickening, isn't it? It's hardly a shock, though, that they're not standing up for women, given that they couldn't even tell us what a woman was.
Transphobic to say only women have a cervix. Good morning.
Good morning, Nick, and it's great to talk to you.
Good to have you on.
I just think that this issue has just become so divisive.
Is it transphobic, yes or no?
Look, is it transphobic? Look, I don't even know how to start answering.
And when Tory Shadow Home Office Minister Jess Phillips said that it wasn't far right to care about these rape gangs, Labour MPs heckled him.
A word on the Prime Minister's comments this morning. It is not far right to stand up for victims of mass rape. And smearing people.
Order!
I thought Starmer said that he would be a Prime Minister for working people.
A budget for working people from a government for working people.
Just not the tens or hundreds of thousands of working-class white girls who've been raped by predominantly Pakistani men, though. We know there's a medieval ideology in Britain. We've got 85 Sharia courts. We are the Western capital for Sharia courts. 2/3 of men arrested for alleged sex attacks in London are apparently foreign-born. What does that tell you about their attitudes towards women? And no doubt many of them will have come here legally. But what about some of that lot there? Now, I am, of course, not saying that everyone coming across the channel is a sex offender. Far from it. But are they not very often coming from countries where women are often treated like property, where they don't have to consent to sex, where child marriage is more common? I mean, yesterday we revealed the Foreign Crime League table. And get your heads around that one. Somalia, Afghanistan, Iraq, yeah, well, they're not. Are they not medieval third world countries, some of those ones, where women are treated a bit like rubbish?
A lot of the posts on social media have been racist. I think when you're saying that refugee and asylum-seeking men should be vetted to make sure that they're not paedophiles, I think that's racist.
Grief. I find that the people who say that diversity is our greatest strength and that we should throw our borders open to third world countries are often the same people who want to ignore Pakistani rape gangs, Sharia courts treating women like dirt, and foreign men relentlessly attacking women and girls.